What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and you know what? I'm going to do 2 more videos today because screw it. There's a lot going on in the video games world, and I've kind of got a lot on my mind today. I had received positive news about Indy, my dog's tumor removal, and then soul-crushing news shortly after that has traveled to his lymph nodes. I need to decide what I'm going to do about it. And I appreciate all your kind words, people who reach out to me on Twitter. But the best thing for me to do is talk about video games and roast people because it keeps my mind off other things. So we've got this video of Dr. Disrespect, one of the most popular streamers on Twitch, totally roasting Kotaku. Then I've got a video later that's going to be fun, I think. And I hope you enjoy them. And if you do, make sure that you leave a like on them and you leave a comment. It helps the channel so much. I can't rely on notifications. So anyway, if you've been following the Dr. Piss Respect situation, you know that he made an oopsie. Back at E3, he invited his cameraman in with him into a public bathroom. It is an absolute boneheaded mistake. It is a mistake, though. And it is one that is relatively harmless. I don't think anyone was that offended in the men's room. I'm sorry. Men don't really care. If you've ever stood next to one who just, ripping farts the whole time, people don't really care. I think that people are, outraged for outrage's sake. And for the past couple of weeks, Polygon and Kotaku have been essentially complaining that he hasn't been jailed, removed from Twitch permanently, and publicly stoned because of his mistake. That's right. You can never redeem yourself. I talked to another journalist, a video games journalist, Richard Lewis, who's actually a good one. We had a good conversation on livestream the other day about what is the statute of limitations, all right? Are we going to continue to bring this up? Are we going to continue to hold it over people's head? Or is I'm sorry enough? And I am from the camp, personally, that especially in the video games world and in streamers, when we're putting so much of our lives out there online, mistakes will happen. It is only reasonable to say I'm sorry. Some people will accept your apology. Some people won't. But for those people that don't, you don't owe them anything more than that. You owe a sincere apology, maybe not even that, but that's it. You go the way that, what's his name from the Oscars did. Some old edgy jokes surfaced. He apologized, and that's that. Because these people are all about power. They're about making you apologize forever. And Kotaku has run a series of articles demanding deplatforming of Dr. Disrespect. Now, obviously, if Dr. Disrespect was a woman, it is my opinion that Kotaku would not only be deriding any criticism as toxic masculinity, but they would also be following her around with a spoon, lapping up whatever clam chowder may drip out. But nonetheless, I think Dr. Disrespect has had enough of Kotaku, has had enough of places like Polygon demanding he apologize. And we see, milkshake enthusiast Patrick Klepak attempting to protect Jason Schreier. Now, if we look at Disrespect's Twitter feed, we see he took a few shots, hilarious ones. Hey guys, Nathan Grayson here, hotshot reporter at the almighty Kotaku website. I've written so many cool things in my life, but nothing compares to my coverage of the 2009 Mobile Angry Birds $100 tournament. And guess what? I won. Then he goes on to bald shame, which, I don't know, take off the wig, buddy. Let's see what you got rocking. But he goes up against Schreier saying, hey guys, Jason Schreier here, editor for Kotaku. Analytics show Kotaku is on the uprise, averaging 3 to 5 likes per tweet, compared to 1 to 3 likes a year ago. I also wrote a book about video games. I don't want to brag, but it's a favorite here at the offices. I hate myself. I mean, I don't, I won't say that, he doesn't have the right. And you get Schreier coming in. Schreier did ratio him, though, with his, hey, man, like I said, I'd be happy to chat anytime. If it makes you feel more comfortable, I can Skype from the bathroom. I think that is actually a witty joke. And if you didn't have all the context, of the fact that he's been basically under attack nonstop from these people, I'd give it a good burn. I'd give Schreier an attaboy, some quick wit. But the problem is, you look at hack Patrick Klepek saying, this seems to come from a healthy place. Either Twitch enjoys supporting people like this, or their entire business model is predicated on monetizing its worst actors, who not coincidentally happen to be their most popular. Either situation is a huge problem. This is very typical, and I'm sorry if I'm going to spit a little extra venom today, but I don't really care. This is typical. We all know, it is a fact, that it's because he's a white male and he's successful. Sorry, not sorry. That's my opinion. These people like Patrick Klepek and Jason Schreier just have too much factual evidence surrounding the fact that they constantly will try to drag people down like that. And the only suitable target for these absolute losers are white males. That's my opinion, okay? If you would like to refute that, feel free to provide evidence, but this is not just baseless. This is based on exactly how these losers talk. He's essentially trying to shy Twitch, and he goes on, I'd love to hear from anyone from Twitch, anyone at all. Provide another explanation for the company's behavior outside of the fundamentally toxic way of making money. As always, my DMs are open. So what this is it's an attempt to bully. It's an attempt to deplatform Dr. Disrespect for making a joke. And by the way, a joke that was in defense to a nonstop barrage of articles from Kotaku and other outlets saying he didn't apologize enough. He hadn't done enough. Dr. Disrespect apologized for E3 bathroom stream on behalf of the Dr. Disrespect brand. Again, everyone knows what he did. You can call him Dr. Disrespect forever. I think that's fine. You know, on one hand, this was a much-needed apology. And of course, we know on the other hand, no apology is ever good enough unless you are a woman. But on the other hand, it reads almost like a Beam is using his character. Beam is using his character and the brand as a shield against accepting full responsibility. This is why, and as I've said, never apologize. Look, if you care about somebody's opinion, look, if I make a mistake in my video, I will apologize to you, my viewers, but I will never apologize to any hack journalists, especially you want to guarantee a way I'm not going to apologize, even if I had wanted to, demand it. Write an article saying I owe you anything, and I can personally guarantee you will never get it. In fact, you will probably get worse. And you go on to read these articles, you know, so it's all odd to see him apologizing on behalf of it. After all, Dr. Disrespect is a character played, and presumably he's in full control of his faculties. So what? He's still apologizing based on his brand. And let's be honest, Dr. Disrespect is a brand, all right? In his statement, he repeatedly spoke of his commitment to authenticity, his concept that popular on Twitch due to the intimacy of the platform relative to other, more traditional types of celebrity. There is, however, an intrinsic contradiction to this framing. Again, going on to say why this apology isn't enough. Everybody on Twitch is putting on a performance. Nobody is being wholly authentic, least of all when they're playing a character. But when making calculated decisions about how to portray themselves, Beam has made a series of decisions not in his character, not in his brand, not himself. Real authenticity is owning up to that side. So your apology wasn't good enough. Still, he says the Dr. Disrespect brand has learned its lesson. We learn, become stronger, and I move forward, he wrote. If you follow the brand or myself, I hope you can stay with me. By the way, none of his fans care. I don't care, and I'm not a fan. I've never watched a single Dr. Disrespect stream. I don't watch Twitch streamers, maybe Asmongold once in a while. But you can see Kotaku, endless articles. 2 weeks after suspending a live stream, Twitch restores his channel. He doesn't seem to be taking his Twitch ban very seriously. Popular streamers react to his ban. This is Kotaku fully monetizing it. And here we have, again, Nathan Grayson. Your apology isn't good enough for me. Continue to apologize until I'm satisfied. You know what? These people, you owe them nothing. If you're a fan of Dr. Disrespect, I hope that you'll share my recommendation with him, as I've interacted with these absolute morally bankrupt losers for a very long time in the video game industry. He owes them nothing. He owes his fans an apology for making a mistake. I'll agree to that. But he owes nothing after that. You apologize, you do your time, it's over. You can't continue to hold stuff over people's heads forever and ever, unless they continue to make mistakes, I suppose. Then you can maybe remind them of it. But this, again, is a website that has run endless articles who don't like, they wanted him banned forever. Let's be very, very clear. All right, he made a stupid mistake. I think a 2-week suspension is relatively reasonable when we've got endless nip slips and lingerie try-on hauls and all sorts of stuff like that going on Twitch anyway. Let's be real. There was no, danglers flopping out. There was nothing like that. It was an idiot. It was stupid. And that was it, right? He apologized. That's it. Dr. Disrespect had also used his mandatory off time to create new Twitch emotes of him peeking from a bathroom stall. I'm sure they'll get plenty of use when he inevitably returns to Twitch in the coming days or weeks. After streamers reach a certain level of magnitude on Twitch, suspensions and bans only turn them into bigger stars, a phenomenon Doc himself is already very familiar with. Again, what do you want? Do you want to ban him for life? I mean, there are all sorts of streamers that have been banned millions of times. Look at Destiny. How many times has he been banned from Twitch? I mean, there's endless bans that happen on Twitch. This is nothing new. It's about enforcing the terms of service and having a reasonable reaction. I think a 2-week break is fine. And to give the guy a hard time for trying to make light of it or making a meme is obviously disingenuous, pathetic, and ill-intentioned. This is just about continuing to shame the guy and not letting him get back to work. Sorry, Kotaku, nobody cares about your opinion and nobody owes you or anyone that works for you anything.